Okay, in this week's video, let's talk about how to stay down through the shot. There's a lot of players that really struggle with staying in that posture they start with. They start with a good setup, but once they come in, standing up, hips go toward the ball, posture comes up. So early extension, standing up, whatever you want to call it, it's a problem for a lot of players. So let's go through what I think is the main key to learning how to stay down. Okay, so when you get set up to the ball, you got a good setup there, a good posture. And you're up here in a good position at the top of the swing. When you start down, for a lot of players, what simply happens to come out of the posture is that the weight is moving to the wrong part of the feet on the downswing. They start moving, and the weight starts moving towards the toe of the left foot. Start moving this direction, and that puts more flex in the knee, moving it forward. As your knee goes this way and flexes, it tends to push you down with the lower body and up with the upper body. You see a lot of players that hit draws that kind of work that position. They kind of move into that knee. It's a little more flex longer here. The club tends to track out to the right more, and they hit more of a draw shot. But if you're not trying to hit a draw, or if you are prone to topping or hooking and it's going too far, what's happening is that weight's moving out to that toe, the weight's staying, or the knee is staying flexed, and the club tracks out this way. You have nothing to do but swing out to the right, and that's going to hit a push or a hook, or simply a top. So instead of that, what we really want you to do to get through it is the weight eventually has to get to this left heel for you to clear your hips and for you to get over to your left side and also stay down. So if you're moving correctly, when you get to the top of the swing or up here, your weight will move slightly to your left, and you get onto that left leg. But from there, you've got to feel like your hip and your knee are moving backward this way, and the weight's moving into this heel. And if it moves into the heel from your left leg straightening out and moving backward, you'll notice that starts to pull me over, and I get lower to the ground here. Conversely, if I'm at the top and the weight starts moving toward the toe and never moves to the heel, at some point I'll get stuck and my hips won't clear, and the body's going to come up, and I'm going to swing that club out to the right and have that raising up feeling where I'm early extending. So one of the best ways to do it is just simply watch yourself in a mirror and stand there and wind it up, and then move that weight onto your left leg. And from there, like I said, move the left hip and knee backward, and so the weight's moving into your heel. And as you feel the weight moving backward, notice how I'm getting lower to the ground as I go through. And they really work in opposite movements. So you're standing up, the knee's moving forward. When the knee's moving backward, you'll be coming down. And start looking at players like a Joaquin Neiman or other players that get really low to the ground, and you'll see them move right out of there, going this way, the weight's moving back and coming down. And after working on some of these moves, and you just find that you're trying to make these moves, and you get your weight onto your left leg, and you start trying to straighten this leg back and get the weight into the heel, and you can tell you're down farther, but you're having a hard time moving, getting through the shot. Now you've sort of run out of flexibility. And if you run out of flexibility, you have to go to plan B, which is most likely playing a shot that is moving right to left or hitting a little draw. And so if you're a player who can't simply stay down, you're going to come up because of either maybe a bad left hip or a bad left knee, bad left ankle, whatever it might be, and you can't get through there, then you're going to have to start working on playing shots where you're playing into this idea of keeping the left knee flexed longer, and just shift your weight as best you can to your left side, and then swing it out to the right and start hitting draws. Hitting a draw every shot is one of the best ways to be consistent. You get more draw, you get more roll in your driver, and you get a very consistent shot shape. When you hit a ball straight, it typically never causes a problem for your score, but it does lend yourself to hitting one shot shape, which is really good. Obviously, power players and ultra flexible players that have sort of that shut-face rotation deal, they're going to stay down and rotate like crazy. But once again, they're on tour, they're more flexible, stronger, etc. So for the rest of us, as we're trying to work out what can I do and what I can't do, as we know with golf, there's more than one way to play. Power players tend to play fades. Less powerful players tend to play draws. And if you try to be a player that hits it dead straight, very hard game to play. So try to bank on one or the other. Hit that draw where you're coming slightly up on that front knee, staying flexed, swinging to the right. Or if you can do it, which is ideal, get that weight to your heel, stay down and rotate, and get all the way through there. As you come through, you'll find the club exiting more to the left, and you get very good control of your iron shots. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for this video, but if you have any questions or comments, please put them in down below. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.